Hello from Weather Tools. We are pleased to announce the upcoming release of our new and improved Weather Tools forecast output. In this video today, we're going to discuss the improvements and make you familiar with the new format so that you can take full advantage of the new features. Things are going to look a little different, but we believe that you will see the value added in the new features, and we hope that you feel comfortable and confident after viewing this content today. Of course, if you have questions, please feel free to ask. We plan to transition to this new forecast output beginning November 1st. So let's take a look at that sample format and show you the changes that are in store. All right, so we're going to take a look at the Chico zone forecast. Now, previously from north of Chico to south of Modesto, there were 4 total zones. However, now there are 12 zones within that same region. So on average, the new zone size is around 250 square miles. By increasing the number of zones, the result is a forecast with a much finer resolution. So this allows us to capture microscale features that we cannot see with a larger domain. So this forecast spans the 11 days from Wednesday, October 7th through Saturday, October 17th. The first table will provide you with just a quick look at the first 5 days of the forecast. You might notice that we've removed the summary table of yesterday's conditions. But don't fret, that data will continue to be available to you by logging into your Weather Tools account. Once you've logged into weathertools.org, you can click on the Yesterday tab for the station that you're interested in. All right, so back to the forecast. This table includes several new features that we want to be sure and highlight, but of course, first you'll see the max and min temperatures for each of the upcoming 5 days. The next row includes an exciting new piece of data, the forecasted evapotranspiration value. So checking the daily forecasted ET values for the 5 days ahead will certainly help you anticipate your irrigation requirements. Now, under those ET values is the forecasted total rainfall for that day. So if you look ahead to Saturday, the 10th, you can see that there is a forecasted rainfall accumulation of about 1/100th of an inch. Now moving down to the next line, you'll see the percent chance of rain for each day given in orange. And scanning to Saturday, we see that there is a 31% chance of rainfall. We'll look more at the timing of the rainfall in page 2 of the forecast. Moving down one line, you'll see the minimum relative humidity forecasted value for that day. Now the next line in the table shows the sustained maximum wind speed. Please remember as you use this data that it's common for the wind gust to be about 1.5 times the forecasted maximum sustained wind. So on Saturday, for example, we have a forecasted maximum sustained wind of 10.3 miles per hour, but you could expect gusts to be even over 15 miles per hour that day. Moving down to the last line, you'll see that Rob decided to replace the somewhat confusing wind direction value given in degrees with cardinal directions to keep things simple. So thank you, Rob, for that improvement. He did give me permission to say that. All right, moving down, we'll take a look at the 2 charts at the bottom of page 1. The first chart shows the forecast for the zone average maximum and minimum temperatures, as well as a new metric for the chance of frost. We know how critical this information is for your operations, and we're really excited to provide this forecast to you. So please notice in the title that the temperature value units are in black to correspond with the black units in the left axis, and the chance of frost is given in orange to correspond to the right axis. The axis values are dynamically calculated, so the range will change depending on the forecasted values. In this particular example, since the chance of frost is 0 through the forecast period, the right axis looks as it does. As a friendly reminder, Weather Tools offers a useful alerting tool on our website. You can choose to receive an alert via text message or email for any parameter, temperature, wind speed, relative humidity, for any threshold at any station. If you need a refresher on how to use that tool, please check out the YouTube Alert Tool training video that Rob emailed back in March. Now if we drop down to the next chart, you'll see a zone average forecast for the evapotranspiration and the rain in inches. And again, this inch value is in black to correspond to the left axis. And then the percent chance of rain in orange to correspond to the right axis. It's easy to see that on Saturday, there is a 30% chance of rainfall, and the green bar shows you the forecasted amount of rainfall for that day. Please note the convenience of visualizing the forecasted evapotranspiration value next to the forecasted precipitation value. All right, moving to page 2 of the forecast. The top shows you the forecasted probability of rainfall for a single station within the zone over the 5-day forecast window. Now, Rob chose to highlight one station rather than the zone average to prevent diluting those forecast features. In previous discussions, Rob would mention rainfall timing in his Today's Headlines section, but moving forward, this information is captured within this table. For each day, there are rain probabilities listed every 3 hours to help determine the timing. And then at the bottom of each column, there's a forecasted total precipitation for that day. So if we look ahead to Saturday, the greatest probability of rainfall is in the afternoon hours. So this chart will help you determine the rainfall timing. And again, for that day, the rainfall total is shown in inches at the bottom of the column. All right, moving down to the final portion of our forecast, we take a quick look at the forecasted spray conditions over the 5-day period for the northern section of the forecast zone in the top table and the southern section in the bottom. Each line of the table indicates a different day in the forecast period, and I think you'll find it quite handy to look across the table in a specific row and get an idea of the spray conditions for that day. The chart is color-coded. Green indicates favorable, yellow indicates questionable, and red is unfavorable. The first shaded column indicates the total number of hours in that forecast period with sustained winds greater than 10 miles an hour when spray drift might be an issue. So in that particular 24-hour period, it answers the question, how many hours do the maximum sustained winds exceed 10 miles per hour? Green shading means that less than or equal to 3 hours exceeded that threshold. Yellow is greater than 3 and up to 6, and red is greater than 6 hours. The numbers in the adjacent column show the fastest forecasted wind speed for that day. Moving to the middle section, we see the total number of hours with forecasted sustained winds less than 2.5 miles per hour when the dispersion might not be sufficient. The adjacent values are the slowest forecasted wind speed for that day. And the rightmost column shows the total number of hours with rainfall greater than 0 inches, and then the total accumulation for that day. So you can anticipate if spray might be diluted or washed away. For more information on the forecasted spray conditions for your crop and your chemical, please visit weathertools.org, log into your account, and then click on the Advisory tab. Thank you so much for listening, and please feel free to reach out with any questions that you may have. We hope that you are excited about this new forecast format.